Hey everybody, Graylien here. This is a very abridged summary of my first few days in Japan, as well as knocking out the list of 44 places to visit. First on the list was grilled mackerel, rice, and miso by Kanku Shokudo. I forgot to film myself eating it, but trust me, it was good. Kanku Shokudo, done. Now it was time to take the train to my next hotel. The route went all the way to the end of the line at Nanba Station, and I got horrendously lost. And then I got lost in a different building. Watashi wa doko desu ka? After checking into the hotel, I stumbled around until I found Nakao, the next restaurant on the list, or at least what was closest to me. They gave me some free matcha tea, and from the self-checkout I ordered soba with tempura bits and natto. I didn't hate the natto, I just wasn't a big fan of the mucus all over it. I definitely favored the soba. Nakao, done. And I kept stopping to be amazed at just how tall all the buildings are in Japan. Hey guys, I'm at hotel number 2 now. This one's more properly sized. Here's a very quick room tour. Door. This is into the bathroom. These are sideways, by the way. I don't know if I'll ever get used to that. I probably will. Bathroom with baby. And the room so far full of my garbage. Okay, so I believe it was Forever 21 that went bankrupt in the United States, and as a result, their site is now online only. So I bought these when they were like shutting down all their physical locations for like 80% off, and even then, I think these were like $15 to $20. These boots were not made for walking. They very much are not. So, yeah, that's where we're at now. See you soon, bye-bye. I wasn't exactly certain if this was a balcony or a fire escape, and being 27 floors above ground level didn't inspire much confidence to go out, so I merely admired through the window. The next morning I started my day with a jelly-filled donut, and then I had a proper breakfast at Komeda's Coffee. I got a towel as an appetizer, and my proper breakfast was a melon cream soda with a chocolate neige cake. They were kind enough to give me the tiniest thimble of maple syrup to go with the cake. Now, I thought it was whipped cream on top of the soda and the cake, but a bite in, it turns out it was ice cream. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining about. With Japanese sweets being much lower in sugar than compared to American treats, I was really pleasantly surprised that this wasn't overwhelmingly cloying like I'm used to back home. The ice cream was still cold, but the cake was surprisingly warm and not enough to at least melt the ice cream, so it was a nice, pleasant mix of temperatures there. And the nutritionist's recommended serving size of maple syrup added a nice, pleasant tang to the sweetness as well. Komeda's coffee, done. I forgot to film anything in the Osaka History Museum, but I took some nice pictures. History Museum, done. And following a myriad of advertisements, warnings, and maybe a little bit of history, we are going to see the Osaka Castle. This building really captured my attention for a while until I looked closer through the door and saw there were actual people using it as an actual building, so I stopped. Osaka Castle is such a beautiful building. It's so rich in culture and history, and it's magnificent as it towers over the sky. I bought anime merch at the gift shop. Maybe I'll see the interior of the castle later on the trip, just not this time. The scenery was free, at least. Around the northeast side of the castle was Graham Pancakes. I was very happy to see that they supplied full bottles of maple syrup so I could pour away to my heart's content. Here I ordered the classic style pancakes, which is just straightforward, regular old pancakes. Graham Cafe, done. Okay, let's say you're a gaijin in Japan for even a few weeks, days, months, years, however long. Here's something I vastly recommend you do. Just pick a direction and start walking. You'll find something interesting eventually. Hey girl bosses and gamers, it's currently 5:30 a.m. in Japan Standard Time. I'm having a little trouble adjusting to the new sleep schedule. There are two things that I want to talk about in this brief interlude. First and foremost is something that, I already noticed when I first went to Japan, but something that, I've kind of forgot about until I returned, and that is just the sheer lack of horizontal space. It's a small island nation, and most of the population are in very dense cities, so there's not a lot of space to go outwards. So you build up or you build down. For instance, the bathtub. There is not much bathtub. It's very deep, but it's very narrow. The second thing that is completely inconsequential is hair loss in HRT. It runs in my mom's side. The men in my mom's side of the family have it, but the men in my dad's side do not, and I inherited my dad's very thick, dark hair. In fact, I get, more of the redheads come from my dad's side of the family, myself being a natural redhead. I just figured, oh yeah, I'm probably not going to get it while I'm on HRT. And then for most of my HRT journey, I had this Death Hawk thing going on with both sides shaved. And then around March of last year, that was when I cut, everything off pretty short. And I kind of figured, oh, my hairline hasn't changed. Okay, that side's a little wonky, but, whatever, Who's gonna care? Who's gonna notice? Who's gonna care? I then bleached and dyed it green. And when I bleached it, I saw, oh, wow, I can see straight through to my scalp. That's probably just the bleach, though. It's easier to see through because of the light color, and also because it probably got a bit damaged, and then I kind of started thinking, oh no, what if I actually did get some, actual male pattern hair loss while on HRT, and then I just never noticed this whole time. And, and in certain lightings, you can't really see it, but especially, when it's wet, and even more especially is with a hairdryer, if you'll forgive the audio. Yeah, see the sides? Not even moving. See the top? Yep, look at that. So yeah, that's going great. Now, I did finish my transition goal, so I'm not taking HRT anymore. So I am very, 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 very hoping that it might grow back a little. Hopefully. If not, I could try Rogaine. Maybe get a prescription for finasteride. But that's a problem for when I go back home. assuming there's anything to go back to. Also, what on earth are they putting in their shampoo that is stripping the dye so quickly? It's only been a few days. Goodness. After school orientation was the Daiso in Senba, which was next on the list. It was basically a household supplies store. It had all sorts of things to fill your home, gardening supplies, cooking, cutlery, toys, snacks and treats, etc. Daiso wasn't the only store available in this building. There were a few other stores as well, which I gave a quick visit to. Do you know how hard it is to find Hispanic food in Japan? Daiso and Senba, done. Following that was a visit to Green Earth, a vegetarian/vegan restaurant. I wasn't expecting the English menu, but I was happy to see that they had it. My Japanese was not great and his English was not great, but we managed to communicate. I ordered a small bowl of hummus because I wasn't feeling super hungry just yet. Also, I wanted to see if it would come with anything. It didn't, and that's okay. I like hummus. As well as an apple pie because the menu explicitly pointed out the chef really likes apples. The pastry itself was a little bit dry, but the apple filling was really good. There are also little raisins in there. Green Earth, done. On masochistic impulse, I went to Dotonbori, but I stopped by a Don Quixote, which was on the list, but not this exact location. You'll see why I chose the other one. I used this location as a taste tester of what's to come, and they are noisy! Bro, I cannot lift this camera up at all. Not at all. It's even overwhelming in here. After buying 2 small packages of hair dye, I found myself at the gates of hell. This place Japan Eat featured. It was interesting to see 3 takoyaki places in a row and the one in the middle was completely empty. Oh, hi, Mr. Pigeon. Now, I couldn't tell you why the one in the middle was empty, but I can tell you how it tasted, and it was pretty good. The Kewpie mayo helped to soften some of the harsh kick of the red spicy sauce, whatever kind of sauce that is. All in all, it was very satisfying, and I definitely recommend it if you're ever in town. I needed a second to appreciate just how beautiful it looked. Then my sleeve caught their little flag, but that's okay. Creole, or do they mean Creole? Either way, Creole junk takoyaki, done. It was an absolute fight not to buy these hats, but I managed to restrain myself with great strength. I looked online and I found a gluten-free vegan okonomiyaki restaurant. I was really looking forward to it, and they were shut down. Okonomiyaki Vim, done by technicality. So I went to the crepe place, Momo, next door. I ordered a chocolate sugar crepe that I ate most of before remembering I need to film the work in progress. And right next door was this seafood restaurant that my pescatarian self could not resist at all. I do have to deduct points for them using a QR code menu. I ordered the grilled fatty salmon, and fellas, look at that. Look at how it shines in the light. They were not joking when they said this was fatty salmon. As you can tell by my camera work, I had a bit of a struggle even trying to bite into this thing. There was so much grease running down my chin, it could be a description from a George R.R. Martin book. Did you think I was joking about the description? Look at how much it dripped onto the plate before it slipped out of my chopsticks. It was at this point in the meal I was reminded from an episode of Ink Master back when I used to watch the show. I believe it was a challenge or something where the challenge was to tattoo people's butt cheeks, and one of the artists said that it was like tattooing onto meat jello. That's how it felt eating this thing. It was like meat jello. It tasted really well, but the texture was meat jello. And on my way back to the hotel, I found lots of really cool buildings such as this, where there were modern skyscrapers built around old shrines. By the way, here's a building with a funny name. Okay, bye, see you next time.